All right, I'm back with the sound. I need a sound check. Somebody give me a sound check. I did a whole video, no sound. That's not gonna happen again.
This is not another love song. See, I know what you're thinking. You're feeling like another guy. I was the same way, cause she was hard to come by. I was on her so hard that I almost lost my voice. So go ahead, playboy, do your thing. Don't be mad if she calls my name. Hold her hand, doing it big like you're the
okay.
Man. She was my girl. She used to be my girl.
All right, loud and clear now. All right. I did a whole video and I dropped a lot of information, no sound. That's crazy. It's all right though. I'm gonna get the information out. I got all night.
You never know how much she's feeling you. So be happy that you got her. Don't know much about you, do. Sorry, I gotta break her.
Get your pen and paper. And take some notes. Take some notes.
She couldn't even hold her head up when you're well, don't go waiting on me. It's just a game. You gotta take it, you gotta. To me, it's all the same. Big like you're the man. She was my girl. She used to be my girl. I must admit that she's a 10, but she didn't tell you about when she was my girl. She used to be my girl. Hold her hand, doing it big like you're the man. She was my girl. She used to be my girl. I must admit that she's a 10, but she didn't tell you about when she was my girl. She used to be my girl. Even exotic, wasn't that she's got? She used to be my girl. Sexy with talent, built like a stallion. She used to be my girl. You gotta support her, know everybody wants her. She used to be my girl. Cause you might not be the only, so never leave her. She's still thinking about me. She's still thinking about me. Yeah. She couldn't even hold her head up when you're yeah. Don't go hating on me. It's just a game.
Getting ready. I'm loud and clear now. So take some notes so I can drop some information on how to get free money from your state if you're a victim of a crime. Let me cut the music, man. All right. We on the road now. Now, what this video about is how to get some free money from your government. All right. Now, all you have to do is be cognitive to the information, and it may not be for you. People may know about this already, but I'm here just to do my part and spread my message. It may not be for you, but it may be for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere down the line, it's going to be lesser degrees of separation, and someone close to you is going to need some type of information, and you're going to be able to help them out and to assist them. Now, what prompted me to do this video is I'm familiar with situations where, somebody gets shot and they kids, they have to set up a GoFundMe. They're trying to get funeral expenses to pay for the funeral, and they just can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of other expenses that come along with it that they can't afford. So that's one of the reasons why I'm putting out this information, because in all 50 states, I want to say all 50 of them, you're going to have to check in your particular state. They have crime victims compensation insurance. And I'm going to explain that, where if you're a victim of a crime, you can put in the claim like insurance, and they'll pay for some of your expenses. There's a cap on the payment, but at least you'll get some money to help you out, in the process. And I'm going to explain it here in New York. If you go to like the New York website and you look up crime victims compensation insurance, they're going to have like a PowerPoint to show you, the instructions on how to get it done. I'm on two computers. I'm on this computer and I'm on this computer and I'm on phones, So anyway, I think I think that some people can use this. And on a more intricate level, the reason why they do that is because they're liable geographically. They're liable if you're from that state. They have you insured. They have you covered, like coverage. So let me go through this real quick. It said, what if I need compensation right away? In limited cases, you may ask for an emergency award up to $2,500. Not much, but it's something. Let me finish reading. It says, how do I apply for compensation? Complete the OVS application, meet the eligible requirements, have a current or future eligible out-of-pocket loss as a result of the crime. And then it says who may be eligible for compensation. So let me tell you who may be eligible for victims' compensation. And I suggest, you take and use this. Take and use this. Somebody die in your family or something happened, you're a victim, you get beat up, you get raped, anything happen, bring out a claim so that you can get some money. It says who may be eligible for compensation. The victim must be an innocent victim of the crime. So you got to be innocent. Victims of crime who were physically injured as a result of the crime. If you were physically injured as a result of the crime. So if somebody robbing you and they bust you up, that's a physical injury. You know what I'm saying? Somebody run you over with their car, that's a physical injury. Somebody shoot you, it's a physical injury. Victims of crime who are under 18 and 60 and over, or disabled, who were physically injured. So if you were assaulted, physically injured, you under 18 or 60 and over, you can bring a claim against the state for them to insure you. Certain relatives, including surviving spouse, grandparents, parents, step-parent, guardian, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, child, stepchild, grandchild, or any other dependent for his or her principal support upon the victim of a crime who died as a direct result of such crime. So if somebody dies, let's say you get a phone call, somebody died, they were choked out, shot, whatever, stabbed due to a crime, then all of these people that they name can bring the claim to get compensation. A surviving spouse, grandparent, parent, step-parent, guardian, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, child, stepchild, or grandchild of a victim of a crime who died as a direct result of such crime and where such crime occurred in the residence shared by such family member or member of the victims. So they saying if somebody enter your home and kill you in your home, you can bring a claim with this insurance, this victim's insurance against the state, and they'll pay for whatever expenses you have, or most of your expenses, or a certain amount of your expenses. It says child victims, a child who witnessed a crime, and the child's parent, step-parent, grandparent, brother, sister, stepbrother, or stepsister. So they're saying if you're a child and you witnessed a crime, then you can bring a claim against the insurance to get compensation for that child. Okay, individuals who paid for or incurred burial costs for an innocent crime victim. So they're saying if you came out of your pocket and paid to bury somebody who was an innocent victim of a crime, you can bring a claim to get your money back, or some of your money back, for what you paid for the funeral expenses. And I know around here a lot of people is getting killed and they don't have the money to for the funeral and things like that. Hit up your state, open up the claim, and they'll pay for it up to a certain amount. I'll get into that later as well. Let me see. Victims of certain menacing, unlawful imprisonment, kidnapping, criminal mischief, robbery, criminal obstruction of breathing, breathing or blood circulation, harassment, aggravated harassment, criminal contempt, stalking, or hate crime, charges who were not been physically injured. So they're saying all of these things, like let's say you're in a domestic and you want to move out, they're going to pay for you to move out. They're going to pay for you somewhere to live. You have to bring a claim. Like I said, just like a car accident, like car insurance. You bring the claim, you do the police report, bring the claim, and they'll pay for your expenses to move out wherever you want to go. We'll get into the amounts later. This is for victims. They just said kidnapping. If you were kidnapped, criminal mischief. That means if somebody vandalized your property or did something like that. Robbery, if somebody robbed you. Criminal obstruction of breathing, if somebody choked you or covered you, aggravated harassment. Criminal contempt, stalking, if somebody's stalking you, they'll pay you. Hate crime, they'll pay you. And a lot of other things. Vulnerable, elderly, incompetent, or physically disabled person who cannot care for themselves. You can bring a claim out against the state. Certain victims of labor, trafficking, or sex trafficking. Victims of terrorist acts outside the United States who are residents of New York State. So this is the one I'm reading for New York, but I'm assuming if you're a resident for any other state and you have something happen to you abroad, you can contact them and bring a claim. Let's say you get stuck out there, you get robbed and you're stuck out there. You can bring a claim. They'll pay for you to get back. They'll pay for your travel expenses. If you have any medical bills out there, they'll pay for that. Victims of frivolous lawsuits brought by individuals who committed crimes against the victims. You get paid for that. If you're a victim of somebody bringing a frivolous lawsuit, an individual who committed the crimes against the victims. So it says, what other steps must I take to be eligible? It says report the crime within 1 week. You get 1 week to report the crime to police or criminal or another criminal justice agency. File a claim with OVS within 1 year. So after you report the crime, you get the police report. You get up to 1 year from having that police report to file the claim. If late, either crime reporting or claim filing, you got to justify the delay in writing. They say cooperate with police, the district attorney's office, and OVS, which is them just questioning you like if you were in a car accident. They just want to know what happened. They put the shit on a report, and you get that report. You get up to a year to get some money from the state. Remember, they said you must be a victim, and they show all type of circumstances where you can be a victim. Even if a child witnesses a crime, that's a victim. Even if somebody's stalking you, somebody's harassing you, somebody's choking you, robbing you, criminal mischief, kidnapping you, unlawful imprisonment, everything. The money just sitting on the table. Go get it. It said, what kind of expenses may I be eligible for? OVS offers compensation related to personal injury, death, loss of essential personal property. The specific expenses of OVS may cover include medical and counseling expenses, loss or damage of essential personal property up to $500, burial funeral expenses up to $6,000, lost wages, savings, or lost support, including lost wages of parent If a child victim is hospitalized, up to $30,000. So they're saying they'll cover you up to $30,000 if you got any lost wages, support, anything due to the crime. Transportation, necessary court appearances for prosecution, occupational, vocational rehabilitation, use of shelter by domestic violence victims and their children, crime scene cleanup up to $2,500, Good Samaritan property losses up to $5,000, moving expenses up to $2,500. So they'll give you $2,500 to help you move if you're being stalked, if you're being harassed. And what if my property was lost, damaged, or destroyed because of the crime? If you are under 18, 60 or over, disabled, or were injured, you may apply for benefits to repair or replace your essential personal property lost, damaged, or destroyed as direct result of a crime that was not covered by any other resource. So they're saying if you don't have any other insurance, then they'll replace it. They'll pay for it. Not everybody has insurance on their car. Let's say somebody steal your car and crash it. You're a victim of a crime. Bring a claim with your state. Essential means necessary for your health, safety, and welfare, such as eyeglasses and clothing. They're saying they'll replace all of that too. Let me keep going real quick, see what else they talking about, because this is some interesting shit right here, and I thought I'd just bring it to the table. Okay, how do I obtain the application? You go to ovs.ny.gov to file a claim online. Contact any victim assistance program or advocate to file an application. You can obtain an application from the police department or hospital emergency room. See, people didn't know that. You can go to the hospital emergency room if you're a victim and you're in the hospital, and you can say, give me a victim's claims application. What other documents does OVS need? Police report, insurance cards, receipts, all that bullshit. Proof of relationship. So they're saying if you claiming that, somebody, your brother was shot, they want proof that that's your brother. And then you as a brother or sister or mother or father, you can file a claim to get, some money for funeral expenses, for expenses for his child. If your child witnessed the crime, you got to know how to play chess with this right here. It's a lot of other stuff in there you can go read, but I figure I just dropped a quick video to put out that information. Check your state and see if, you have a situation where you're a victim of a crime or someone else that and you can't afford the expenses, your state to pay for it. So that's how you get free money from your state. Check it out. But like I said, before I get out of here, let me represent real quick. I was talking about my headache word puzzle book. Check it out at headachewordpuzzle.com. Vision Masters Media. Check this out at visionmastersmedia.com and my website, corporatefreedomgroup.com. You can check that website out to pick up my book, No Love for Thy Neighbor. And there's a few other things on there. Also, follow me on Instagram. I don't really put too much post on Instagram, but my Instagram is UnoSelf. That's it, at UnoSelf. And also, make sure you check out my videos on YouTube at UnoSelf. Go to UnoSelf. That's it. Other than that, get out there, file these claims, and get that moolah from your government. And I'm gone. Peace to the gods. Let me go ahead and get up. You know what? Let me end it. Let me end it with the song. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. That feels sexy right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, feel us on this one. P. McKnight. With Tim and Bob.
I hope y'all feeling good out there, because I'm sure feeling good.
This is not another love song. See, I know what you're thinking. You're feeling like a lucky guy. I was the same way, 'cause she was hard to come by. I I was on her so hard that I almost lost my muscle. Go ahead, playboy, do your thing. Don't be mad if she calls
My name.
Like you're the man. She was my girl. She used to be my girl. I must admit that she's a 10. That she didn't hang about way back when she was my girl. She used to be my girl. See, I know how you're feeling. I used to be in your shoes. So come on with your attitude. You're just to let somebody new. You never know how much it's
Let me respond real quick to the comments. I ain't even pay attention to the comments. I'm tripping. All right, my mom in the building. Andre D, peace to the God. Thomas Lovelace, peace to the God. Ali Bay, peace to the God. My sister in the building. James Brown, peace to the God. Jason Brown. Lakia Singletary, peace. And everybody else that's up in here, man. I hope y'all take that information and use it because it helps. It's some free money. Get that money, get that bag. All right, I'm gone.